this award season, the name on everybody's lips seems to be Django. The controversial gunslinging blockbuster just scooped up 5 Golden Globe nominations and is on its way to becoming the most successful Quentin Tarantino movie at the box office. But its rave reviews have been accompanied by plenty of criticism. Well, tonight, a special preview of our exclusive Nightline interview.
It is one of the best reviewed but most controversial movies of the year, Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained.
What's your name?
Django. The D is silent.
I sat down with Tarantino and 2 of the film's stars, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jamie Foxx, for their only joint interview about this movie, which defies classification. An epic, revenge fantasy.
I like the way you die, boy.
Romantic Western. It's also surprisingly funny, a shock given the topic, slavery.
Anyone bring any extra bags?
No, nobody brought an extra bag.
I'm just asking.
One critic said recently, there is something for everyone to hate in this film. There's something to make everybody mad.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that you do a film like this with Quentin Tarantino and not expect that. I think that's what you sign up for. A black person I was talking to says, will the N-word bother me? I said, it's supposed to.
What's your name?
Django.
Then you're exactly the one I'm looking for.
Fox plays a freed slave on a blood-soaked mission to free his wife, played by Kerry Washington. In Tarantino's hands, the material is explosive, loaded with violence and more than 100 uses of the N-word.
I don't think anybody is actually going out there saying that we use the word more excessively than it was used in 1858 in Mississippi. And if that's not the case, then they can shut up.
DiCaprio plays the truly despicable Kelvin Candide.
We got a fight going on that's a good bit of fun.
Plantation owner and all-round bad guy who uses the N-word repeatedly.
I got to say, the first day on set was incredibly difficult for me. Jamie was there.
I'll speak on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, let him speak on it first.
But I have to tell it because I watched it. I watched.
Yeah.
And he said it, and he was, buddy, and I said, what's the deal? He said, it's tough. I said, you know what? You're human. It's supposed to be tough. You're not supposed to feel like that's normal in 2012, 2013. Samuel Jackson quickly said, hey, MF, get over that. It's just another Tuesday for us. Yeah. And let's get going.
The language is hard for us as actors to say, and some of the things that my character does are obviously atrocious. But, you know, they both sat me down, Sam Jackson, we were all sitting around the table, like, if you don't take this character to the utter extreme, if you don't speak the truth about the way we were treated at that time, you know, people are going to think this is sugar-coated, that you're not telling the truth.
And then there's the violence. Tarantino has never shied away from it, from Pulp Fiction to Inglourious Basterds. But even by his standards, this film is particularly bloody, especially as it's being released in the shadow of the Sandy Hook massacre. Does the director think the violence he puts on the screen makes real violence more likely?
The fact that people will be wasting time talking about the violence in movies or in comic books or in video games and not dealing with what obviously is a real problem is very problematic to me. It's nothing new. You know, in Shakespeare's time, he was blamed all the time for the anarchy in the streets. So there's violence in the streets, there's crime. Who do you blame? Blame the playmakers, because it's very easy to blame them.